Welcome to the Steam Machine Podcast. With your hosts, Dalton and Ryan.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Steam Machine Podcast. My name's Dalton. Joining me this week is no one. It's just me. Ryan's under the weather. Him and his lady have been doing some rearranging, and I do believe that he has worn himself out. So I told him, dude, just chill. I got it covered. But I'm going to go ahead and tell you, probably not going to be a super long episode this week because, Zombie Party was cool, but there wasn't really much to it. But before we get to that, there's a couple things that I want to touch on. Something that I was thinking about this week, and I know this is random as all hell, but I think that I am finally tired of peanut butter and jellies. Now, you might be from somewhere where you hear that and you're like, peanut butter and jelly, what in the fuck are you talking about? It's a sandwich, if you don't know. You would take two pieces of bread, preferably like good old-fashioned white bread, fattening white bread. And you slather some jelly on one side, you put some peanut butter on the other, you smush them together, and you eat it. Honestly, it's delicious, or at least it was to me. And I don't know if it's because of the peanut butter that I've got. It's just not that good. But, man, I've like probably the past 10 peanut butter and jellies that I've eaten over however long that was. They just, they didn't hit like they should. You know what I mean? They didn't give me that delicious, wonderful feeling that they used to give me. And this is like while I'm baked too. This is baked and not baked. So I almost feel like I've outgrown them, and that makes me sad. It makes me very sad because I used to really like them. But taste buds change, and I'm thinking mine are changing to no longer enjoy peanut butter and jelly. And it might be that I just need to try something new, maybe a new kind of peanut butter, new kind of jelly or something. I don't know. So give me your opinions. How do you feel about peanut butter and jellies? This is a great way to start off a gaming podcast, isn't it? Oh, man. So I got a bunch of cool games this week for under $20. It was pretty cool. I got Darklands, which is an old RPG. It almost visually reminds me of like Ultima Online. So I'm intrigued by that. I got Disciples 3 Resurrection and Disciples 3 Renaissance, which were apparently some cult classic good RPG games. Picked up Cat Quest. It's an RPG where you play as a cat. Really look forward to that. Reventure, which is a roguelike, looks like an 8-bit game, honestly. But I've heard good things about it, so I figured I'd give it a shot. Snagged Of Orcs and Men, which I believe is another RPG game. I was basically trying to grab some of these more obscure RPGs from earlier in the days, you know, the cult classics and such. It's called The Eye of the Dragon, but it's like I as in I went to the store, or you play as a dragon, and it kind of gives me like a Panzer Dragoon-ish vibe, but more RPG, less on rail shooter. So we'll see about that. Let's see. Breath of Death 7, the beginning. And I can only imagine that that's a spoof of like Breath of Fire and Final Fantasy and all those games, because there's only one of them and it's called 7. So it should be interesting. Road Redemption and Shell Shock Live. Now, I did play Shell Shock Live the other day with the Tadpog crew on Game Bud Night, which is Thursdays, which is set up by our lovely Nate, who you might know, but over in the Tadpog Nation, he is Game Bud Prime Nate, and he had set up a game night over there, and we played some Shell Shock Live, and I went into it with not expecting much. Man, I had a fucking blast, and I'm sure this story will get told on Tadpog, but if not, then enjoy it here. And if Dave does tell this story, then this will be a good companion piece. So we are playing Shell Shock, and we had a full group except for one person, and it's supposed to be set where no one else can join, but like your friends, but random people can join. It's like a bug. And we had this dude join named Two Stubs. Now, the way it was spelled fully implied, all right, this dude's probably a rapper. And then we look at his picture, and he's got no arms. I mean, he's got his upper arms, but like elbow down is gone. So we asked him, dude, are you a rapper? And he's like, yeah, I got music on SoundCloud. So we went and looked, and sure as shit, there it was. And honestly, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. If you're into that style of rap, it was pretty good. I'll give him that. But then he asked us if we were gonna sex. To which we replied, no. And then we went into the game, and he promptly left. I think he was upset that there was no sex. So then we have this next guy join, and just for the sake of it, we asked him, hey, are you a SoundCloud rapper? And he was! He fucking was! He was like, yeah, man, my shit's called DC the Don. Oh my God, I was crying laughing, right? Crying. And probably the best part of the night was John coming in later and us trying to tell him this story. I'm trying to tell him, but I can't breathe. And John goes finally and looks at dude's SoundCloud, and it all clicks. And you just heard him go, oh my God, he actually has no arms. Why wasn't I here? And it might have, now, granted, this very well may be a you had to be there thing, and you might not be laughing, but holy shit. I was in tears, damn near falling out of my chair. My face hurt. I was laughing so hard. It was good times, man. Nate, if I know you're listening, buddy, I really appreciate that you set up Game Bud Night, because it fucking really is a bright spot in my week. And also, I've been playing some Jackbox and Among Us with some crew from the Factory Sealed podcast. And I would also like to thank Steph and that crew for setting up game nights, or game days, really. It's more during the day on Saturdays, because that has been a blast as well, and a lot of fun. I really enjoy playing Jackbox. Among Us, I've played a lot of, but I still do enjoy it, because there's still people in that crew who are new to it, so I'm kind of like the one who steers the ship, explains all the new things. It's been a great time, man. It's been really fun having a community to play with. And if you're a listener and you would like to play games with us or something, man, hit me up on the Discord. I've got plenty of games that I'm sure somebody, other people that we listen have, and I'm sure we could put something together for like a day during the week, or feel free to join in on a Saturday or Thursday, or hell, I don't know, what the fuck ever, man. We'll figure it out. But if you want to play some games, let me know and we'll play some fucking games. What else is on the docket before we get into talking about Zombie Party? Oh, I made a website. You can check us out now at thesteammachinepodcast.wordpress.com. And it's there. It's got a bunch of links that'll take you to different places. It's cool, man. You should go check it out. I put some effort into it. I won't say I put a lot of effort into it, because my coding skills are subpar, but using WordPress was relatively easy. So I put some effort into it. I want to add some more stuff, but right now, it's kind of just there to hopefully draw some attention, Google-wise and all that bullshit. Excuse me while I sip my beverage here. All right. Yeah, man. Zombie Party. I streamed this on Twitch and had a blast. I streamed for about 3 hours or so. Had people popping in and out. Speaking of, real quick, I am at 41 followers as of this recording on Twitch. I would love if you beautiful, beautiful listeners would head on over to twitch.tv/SteamMachineDalton and throw me a follow, because once I hit 50, I can start climbing up that little ladder to get affiliate going and all of that. And it would be really, really cool. It would mean a lot to me if you would do that. So if you will pop over to, again, I'm going to say twitch.tv/SteamMachineDalton and throw me a follow, I will love you forever. And that'll let you know when I'm streaming. I stream every Tuesday around 9:30 Eastern. p.m. and go till I'm pretty much got to stand up and move around and go do other stuff. But these past few games that I've done on there, Stick of Truth, and then this week with Zombie Party, man, it was really fun. It was really fun. The chat was fun, kept me entertained. And, man, so obligatory Wikipedia bullshit. Zombie Party does not have an official Wikipedia page. It's got a Gamepedia page. So it's the official Zombie Party wiki according to the internet, but it's not actually on Wikipedia, unless this is some sect of Wikipedia that I don't know about. That's very possible too. Zombie Party is a retro rampage of fun and over-the-top action, while still giving the players deep and engaging action RPG roguelike experience. Go on a time-traveling adventure or delve deep into the procedural dungeons full of gold, loot, and secrets. Unforgiving boss fights that challenge the player's skills and abilities. Upgrade your guns with loads of gun mods and artifacts. Find magical spell runes, potions, items, melee weapons, and explore 10+ unique biomes with each with their own enemies and bosses. Discover 150+ unique guns and weapons, launch teddy bears into the air that explode fire, blow up your friends with heat-seeking missiles, and get to the final zone and kill the Dance King. How was that? So, the developers of this game was Peach Pie Productions, is the company of Ben James, who is an indie game developer based in Louisville, Kentucky, and he is the creator of Zombie Party. Really? Is that the only dude that worked on this? He says his other games are Merelda, Relative to Scale, Bubble Trouble, Tennis Time Extreme, Sheep Slingshot, Mind Battle, and Android Ninja Robot Rampage. I need to check out that last one. That sounds awesome. Android Ninja Robot Rampage. I'm going to click that, copy, put up here in Google for later. We'll come back to that. So this is a twin stick shooter, pretty much. You would be dropped down, and it was like, it wasn't quite bit animation, but yet it was bit animation. But it was really cool, man. You picked your character. There was a lot of characters. I think I ended up using, I think his name was Johnny Sack or something like that. No, that's a Sopranos character. But we're going to call him Johnny Sacks anyway. It was something like that. He looked like fucking Johnny Bravo, so we might as well just call him Johnny Bravo. But I really, really wanted to unlock King Dick III, but I did not get enough points. I won't lie. The only time I played this game this week was on stream, because I pretty much got the gist of it in that 3 hours. You just run around hoping for the absolute best weapons that you can get drops for, and then unleash on the enemies and try to survive. I did not beat the Dance King. I got to the Dance King. Honestly, the Dance King would have been easier, but that level, they really introduced a lot of, there's a lot going on. The floor is flashing, the walls are flashing, there's swords that spin around on the ground that are also flashing while you're having to avoid the enemies and the Skull King himself, or the Dance King. Whew, it was rough. But some of the other bosses weren't so bad, like the desert area where you were shooting down like zombies or zombie mummies and stuff like that, which we'll get to the actual this being a zombie party in a second. But the boss was a pyramid that rises out of the ground that has an eye in it. There was another boss that was a giant centipede, I believe was on the moon, and you had to run around. Well, that thing would go underground and then come back up and try to get you. It was fucked up. It was hard. I died on it a few times. But the first boss that you really run into is in the first little woods area, and anytime you drop in, that's usually the first place they drop you is in the woods. And man, that fucking the first boss, when they dropped the boss in, you were like, you've seen some big zombies, that this thing is fucking big, and you got to kind of outrun them. I just basically used my hunter from World of Warcraft knowledge and just kited him and just ran in circles, and I pretty much did that with all of the enemies. I tried to get them all into a group and then circle around them and kind of just spiral in and just shoot them till they're all gone. And that's pretty much the strategy that I used throughout the whole time. This game is multiplayer, and I would have loved to play this with other people. So anyone listening, dude, if you want to pick up Zombie Party, I think it's $9.99, and that's a little steep for this game, but if you ever see it on sale for like $4.99, $5.99, totally worth it. And then we can go in there and we can fuck some shit up, see how many characters we can unlock and stuff, because there was, I think, at least 30 or 40, maybe even 50 characters that you could unlock. There was a ton. an absolute ton. And I didn't even see a portion of all the guns. And I never did unlock the little Rambo guy. So I mean, there's all kinds of characters based on people that you would know. It's just, it was cool. It was a cool little game. The guy who made this was creative. I will give him that. And I think that you can actually play the game as him. I think he is a selectable character you have to unlock, is the game dev. Oh, I clicked the enemies page on this, and there's nothing here. Okay, so this Wikipedia page was created, given an about, and then abandoned, from what it looks like. Well, the featured characters, and these are the ones that I mostly played as, other than Johnny Bravo. There was Johnny, Sarah, Emilio, Alexis, and Carl. And then the crazy-looking Johnny Bravo guy that I played as. And then a fuckload more. But out of those beginning characters that you get, I think my favorite was Alexis. She was a little badass. I liked her a lot. Or him. I can't tell. But it looks like a her. And shit, man. That's about all I've got to say about Zombie Party. I mean, it's a cool little game. But there's not a ton to it. You run around, you shoot shit, you try to get as far as you can, and there's a leaderboard. And the highest I got on the leaderboard was like 4,000, which is not bad, considering that it goes way up there. Other things that I've been doing this week, playing some guitar, working on some new music. I busted out both of my PlayStation 3s because it was announced that they're going to be taking down the stores relatively soon for the PlayStation 3, the PlayStation Vita. So if you've got a PS3 or a PS Vita and you've got things that you want to download to be able to play, now's the time to go do it, because Sony sucks and they're shutting it down. I get it, but then again, it's kind of shitty. But this goes back to our argument in earlier episodes about physical versus digital. Because now, once the store's gone, all those games that you had digital are gone. All I have to say to that is, arr, matey. Arr. Because one of my PS3s is jailbroken. Just legit. I spent a night doing that. It was a pain, and it took all night, but it fucking worked. And it's sweet. I loaded RetroArch on there, played Super Nintendo. I had Terra Enigma on earlier. I was playing it on my PS3. It was awesome. I've also been playing a lot of Final Fantasy XIV. I've honestly been doing a lot of gathering and crafting. I haven't been doing much actual content. I really don't know why. I kind of log in, put on a show or a podcast, and just kind of zen and go gather and try to make some gil, which has not been going well. I made a bunch of this stuff that they call in game called Raimi Thread, and it was selling for like, I don't know, 1,500 per piece, and then the high qualities were like 2,000 per piece. So if you had a stack of them, you were gonna make some fucking good gil. And then I log in and see that the regular ones are now down to like 800, and the high quality ones are like 900. So somebody came in and just tanked the price, and I am just upset. It's been like 3 days now, and I just took them off. And I'm gonna use them in crafting. I was like, fuck it. I put so much time into making those that I'm not gonna sell them for that little amount of fucking gil. It pisses me off. Like, I get undercutting to try to sell, but when you undercut by that much, and then people try to undercut them, and then people try to undercut them, and then you try to undercut again, and then it undercuts, eventually it's not worth shit, and it really fucking sucks. But I watch it happen all the time, man. Prices fluctuate up and down on there. It's like a living, breathing fucking economy. It's wild. But yeah, that's about all I've been doing. It's been a pretty boring week, other than I made the website, and but we already talked about that. So earlier today, actually I won't even say that. It was like a day or two ago. I asked Steamy, what game should we play next, man? Because I pretty much got the gist of Zombie Party, and I want to go ahead and get a head start on it, and I'll just announce it to Ryan on the show. Well, since he's not here, I messaged it to him. But our next game, according to Steamy, was number 1,127 on our randomized list of backlog games. And that game came out to be Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth. So I immediately went and acquired seasons 1 through 4 of Digimon and have been watching them while playing the game, and I've been thoroughly fucking enjoying it. I put Naruto on a back burner. I am going to start Naruto from the beginning soon. I was talking to Tyler from Tadpog. Shout out to Tadpog. Tyler and Dave play old games. Those guys fucking rock. Retro podcast. Pretty much where I basically stole the idea of the randomizer concept from them and built Steamy. So I will be getting to Naruto eventually. I will. Because I've seen bits and pieces of it here and there. And I really want to start watching some more anime because I really enjoy it, and I don't think I've given it the attention that it deserves. So if you've got any animes you want to recommend to me, please join the Discord, send them our way. I will see them and definitely put them into my watch list. But yeah, man, I've been really enjoying Digimon going back through. It's amazing to me how much they pack into each episode, but I'll talk about that on the actual episode itself. Catch me Tuesday, which I guess would be tomorrow, or if you're hearing this tonight, on Tuesday. But Tuesdays, I'm trying to find a second day during the week to stream. I will keep you posted on that. But come hang out with me Tuesday night, 9 or 9:30, somewhere around in there, Eastern PM, on Twitch, twitch.tv/SteamMachineDalton, and come fucking watch me catch some Digimon, or I guess you don't catch them. Watch me Digivolve some Digimon and defeat some enemies, and come hang out and keep me company while I do all that. And we could talk about anime, and we could talk about Digimon and Pokemon and how they differ and how they are the same. All of that good jazz. Oh, right. If you would like to find us on social media, you can go to facebook.com/SteamMachinePodcast, or you can head over to twitter.com, and we are at Twitter, on Twitter at Steam_podcast. You can also find us on Patreon. Do you like us enough to give us $1? Well, if that's the case, head on over to the patreon.com, and if you give us $1 a month, then you can get the extra episodes that go up on there. I just recently put up an episode about our first music episode about what music means to me, what kind of is introduction to what has shaped me as a musician, and that's a series that I hope to keep going as long as I don't get in trouble for doing said series. And then we also are going to do extra episodes here and there, maybe some video content. We've been talking about that. I'm going to try to get up and see Ryan at some point this year, if everything works out properly, and then maybe we'll do like a hot chip challenge or the world's hottest chocolate bar or some shit. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But we want to do some more stuff on there to bring more people in. At this time, I'd like to thank Nate, our cog in the machine. He is the motherfucking man. And here is his shout out for the week. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna mention it again, man. Please go check out the website. It is the steammachinepodcast.wordpress.com. It's got links to basically anything that you would want to find. It's got a link to our Twitter. It's got a link to our Facebook. It's got a link to our Discord. That'll give you an invite to our Discord. It has a link to my Twitch account, and it's got a link to my Bandcamp. Do you like our songs that play in the beginning of the episode and the end of the episode? Do you like that song? I made it, and I do sell music like that on Bandcamp. So if you'd like to check that out, it's Nile the Nightmare on Bandcamp. At this point, I'm just fucking rambling, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I love you all. Thank you very much for listening. It means a lot to me. If you would, please go leave us a 5-star review on iTunes. That would mean an absolute fuckload to me. We are at 7 5-star reviews right now. When we get to 10, I'm going to give away a game. And when we get to, I think I said 25 or 50. I think it was 25. When we get to 25, I'm going to give away Just Cause 3 for PC. So, yeah, just give us a review. That would mean a lot to me. It would absolutely mean a lot to me. What else? Is there anything else? No, I already told you guys I love you. All right, that's about it. Then that'll about do it for this week for the Steam Machine Podcast. My name is Dalton, and as always, guys, take it easy.